In this video, we will be showing how the drug molecules of LSD, a hallucinogen, affects the process of the synapse, a small space between parts of two neurons used to pass messages and aid in communication in the brain. To start off, synapses are located in the central nervous system, which consists of the brain and spinal cord. They are vital to the nervous system because the brain is responsible for essentially being the central command center for the rest of the body, and the spinal cord is the pathway for messages sent to and from the brain. The synapse consists of the presynaptic neuron, axon terminal, neurotransmitters, vesicles, transporters, synaptic cleft, receptors, dendrites, and the postsynaptic neuron. The normal synaptic process starts at the presynaptic neuron, which receives an electrical signal, prompting one of the vesicles filled with neurotransmitters inside the neuron to move towards the membrane of the axon terminal, fusing with the surface. The neurotransmitters inside the vesicles are then released into the synaptic cleft. The vesicle becomes part of the membrane after the neurotransmitters are released, which over time strengthens the pathways of the neuron. When the neurotransmitters bind to the receptors, the electrical signal is passed through the postsynaptic neuron. Once the signal is passed through the neuron, the receptors release the neurotransmitters, causing them to drift back across the synaptic cleft towards the presynaptic neuron, where they are then taken up by transporters and reallocated into new vesicles, ready to repeat the process over and over again. When LSD is introduced into this synaptic process, it affects the actions of the serotonin neurotransmitter involved, therefore altering the process in parts of the brain with a high concentration of serotonin transmitters. When LSD enters the brain through the bloodstream, it chemically resembles serotonin, meaning it will bind to the serotonin receptors of the postsynaptic neuron and release its effect. When the molecule of LSD binds to the receptors close a lid of sorts over the molecule, preventing the molecule from detaching quickly and resulting in the long-lasting effects of the drug. In the central nervous system, there are many different types of serotonin receptors, all responsible for different tasks. This variety of receptors leads to the diversity of symptoms felt by the users of LSD. When a molecule of LSD binds to the receptors of one neuron, it might inhibit the neuron, while another molecule might do the same action but will excite the neuron instead.